What's up, y'all? It's TY Nata. One of XXXTentacion's murderers got released. Let's see what 1090 Jake talking about.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on one of XXXTentacion's killers being released from Florida State Prison.
Crazy work.
Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money more on top of their finances, one of the saddest deaths in hip-hop was that of rising superstar XXXTentacion.
Out just trying to get a motorcycle.
Gunned down at only 20 years old in a robbery turned homicide, his autopsy report would detail his painful death. He was shot in the shoulder, the bullet piercing muscle, vessels, and his lung before settling in his chest. Another shot through his upper back at the base of his neck traveled down into his chest, and the fatal shot fired into the side of his neck, breaking a bone in his spine, breaking a rib, and destroying every muscle in between.
Damn.
He bled out eternally. The video.
Why can't niggas just have shit or be successful and want to go buy shit? Why you always got ignorant motherfuckers that want to go take it and not work for it? Like, bro, you can have the same shit if you just put in the same type of work and just do your thing. You ain't gotta always take, because when you take, you end up in jail for the rest of your life. Or if you snitch like this one guy did, you gonna get out. But he can't really live a fucking normal life.
His murder, as well as him,
somebody gonna leak his fucking location. Watch
millions of times through social media. A family was shattered, his fans were devastated, and a son was left never being able to know his father.
Crazy.
The killers bragged, posting pictures and videos with the $50,000 they'd taken from him. They'd be arrested fast,
bums
one by one, and a
bums
would deliver one of the coldest speeches, followed by a life sentence for the actual trigger man.
Mr. Boatwright, you turned a robbery into a murder. And on that day,
when you could have worked for this shit yourself and got it yourself, get it out the mud, nigga. You ain't gotta take.
You effectively ended 5 lives, including your own. Like I just said, you need to understand that
he nonchalant about it.
Florida State Prison, that means life. It is necessarily without parole. Florida abolished parole. You know, as the song says, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. You will spend the rest of your life in prison. From here, you will go
for trying to steal some shit instead of working for it.
And be placed in a cell that has a stainless steel slab that's attached to the wall. That's your bed. And next to it is a stainless steel sink and a stainless steel toilet. That's the furniture that you have in that cell. You'll spend every hour,
nonchalant,
every day, and every week.
He feeling it now, though.
Year.
Since he been in there for a while, he feeling it.
In that cell. And one day, they'll come and open up that cell in the morning and you'll have passed on. And only on that day will you have served your sentence.
Well, one of his killers has just been released from Florida State Prison.
His fans gonna leak his location, watch.
It was on probation. Robert Allen was one of 4 responsible for the killing. He can be seen on surveillance videos spotting the rapper inside of the motorsports store he was shopping at, alongside his co-defendant Daedric Williams.
Look at him, they look like bums.
Robbery, acting as the driver who blocked in X's car, preventing him from leaving the parking lot. Trayvon Newsom was one of the gunmen who approached X's vehicle, and Michael Boatwright was the shooter who killed X as Trayvon grabbed a bag of money as he was dying. While Robert Allen wasn't one of the 2 gunmen who confronted X, Florida law treats everyone involved in a violent felony as responsible, especially if someone is killed.
And that's my thing. Why would you rap, bro? And I said it because you were in on it. You was with it. You should get the same time. Don't try to bitch out and try to snitch or and try to get less time. No, bro, you was with it.
Robert would be sentenced
His
first
fans gonna leak his
after
location.
pleading
Watch.
guilty to second-degree murder and robbery with a gun. Part of his plea deal was to cooperate and testify against his 3 co-defendants, which he did.
Point them out and identify them in the courtroom as to
What's he gonna do, y'all?
to that made some comments to you.
Second,
Shit crazy.
yeah, do some.
Flexing another man's money.
I can pull up.
Flexing another man's money.
Who's in state 8? 5-5.
I can pull up.
How y'all feel flexing another man's money? It could have been your money if you worked for it, but you flexing another man's money like you worked hard for it, like you did. I mean, you did something for it. You did some unethical shit for it, but you flexing another nigga money like it's yours. Like, y'all niggas is diabolical.
And me.
It was sentencing day for Robert Allen, the 4th suspect in the robbery and murder of
Diabolical.
rapper XXXTentacion, who confessed to his role and implicated the other 3 who were convicted.
Please forgive me, I'm so sorry.
Robert Allen, the 4th man involved in rapper XXXTentacion's murder and robbery, spoke during his sentencing hearing Wednesday, saying he was sorry while asking the judge to spare his life.
Today I plead to the court for my own life and not to be sent to state prison because that was their destiny.
Last summer, Allen pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and testified for the state. Judge Michael Houston saying he's thought long and hard about Allen's sentence.
I do believe you are not the same person who I arraigned 5 years ago. I genuinely believe that you are sorry for what you have done and not merely sorry for yourself.
In exchange, he was sentenced to 7 years in prison with roughly 5 years credit for time in jail. So in all actuality, he'd only have to serve 2 years in prison. Because of the high-profile nature of this case, his locations would be filed in secrecy, meaning unlike every other inmate in Florida prisons, you could not find out what prison he was being held in. You couldn't find out his official entry date, and you can't actually know his official release. Robert
Crazy.
Allen was now being protected by the state of Florida as a high-value witness. But it wasn't just 7 years he was sentenced to. It was a split sentence. 7 years in, with 20 to be served on probation, totaling out to
20 years on probation, you bound to fuck up. A person like him, he got tattoos all on his face. He got that on his record. Nobody gonna hire him. He bound to fuck up.
27 years under state control. Filings within the Broward County courts would show Robert was also granted permission for interstate travel, as he was now working towards getting his CDL and driving trucks across the country. As for the other convicted killers,
That's his best
all
bet.
3 took
Stay in the
case
truck.
to trial, and all 3 were sentenced to die within Florida State Prison by means of a life sentence. They
Why would y'all take it
flaunted
to
what was
trial?
stolen, and the trigger man would even go as far as dissing X and his son from inside of prison, leading to fans contacting the facility and getting him placed in confinement.
Crazy.
It's likely all 3 of these men will die inside of cages and concrete walls, while Robert Allen will remain protected by the state for the next 20 years as he moves on with his life.
Crazy.
Now, there's a lot of ways to feel about this. This is a clear-cut situation of somebody cooperating, someone essentially snitching, and it works out for them. He got minimal time. The majority of his time was spent in the county jail. Minimal prison time. He's on 20 years of probation. I highly doubt that this kid's gonna violate in any way.
Nah, he gonna violate.
And
Let's believe
he's
that.
free.
He gonna
Becoming a
violate.
truck driver. He's gonna be driving all over the US with that type of job. He's not gonna be on social media. He's not gonna be seen. He's not gonna run into X fans.
Yes, he will.
People are gonna
It be some ex fans at the truck stops. It be some people who on buses that's traveling. That's probably sports teams. You just probably got randos that probably work at the truck stop. He's gonna run into him.
feel a lot of ways that he shouldn't have the freedom he has. But at the same time, he was a major component in putting away the other 3 people. The main one, Michael Boatwright, who fired the shots. I don't think any of them intended for this to be a homicide. But this dude was just a loose cannon, and you can tell by the way he was dissing X and his son from inside of prison, he's just fried.
Yeah, just a dickhead.
But the way they flaunted the money after knowing he was killed shows the same level of no remorse.
At all.
X was a rising superstar. This kid would have went far in life.
He'd have been doing arenas right now.
And they killed him as he was shopping for whatever, jet skis, motorcycles, who knows, $50,000. They killed him. They didn't even get to spend the money. They just took pictures with the money.
Dickheads.
And now they have life sentences. And this was major.
Was it worth it?
This hit home to a lot of people, even people that weren't fans. He got killed where he was from. He was from Broward County. And that's exactly where he got killed at. And he wasn't a street rapper. He wasn't a gangster rapper. He wasn't a shooter. He wasn't none of that.
Shit crazy.
And to be honest, he has a friend named Tankhead who got sentenced to mad long in prison for a murder. And one can only wonder what's gonna happen when he comes across one of the 3 killers that still remain in Florida.
You're gonna poke him up.
But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments.
You're gonna poke him up. That's what's gonna happen. But what's your thoughts on this? That guy's got released from prison. I think somebody's gonna leak his location. They're gonna leak his truck. They're gonna leak the company he worked for or whatever. They're gonna leak him. They're gonna find him. Somebody's gonna see him. Best believe that. So in the next 2 years or something, you can best believe you're gonna see some type of footage of that guy. But y'all put your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. I appreciate it. And I see y'all on the next one.